Are you tired of being on camera?
Where did you guys get the money to buy all this stuff?
Paquito? How do you say little in French? Petite?
I was say really? Really? Really?
that backfired on you, sorry.
It did. But I choke at like the drop of a hat now.
True.
I'm sick. I have been for like the last week.
Sorry, spoiler alert. Don't watch this if you haven't seen the movie.
Spoiler alert! Just like in Harry Potter, I always thought Luna would end up with Neville.
And you were right about that.
In the movie.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, who's Luna?
Who's Neville?
I know, right?
See the long fellow?
So, what did you think of Harry Potter now that you're sober?
I really liked it. Ish. It was kind of hard to... Because I had just... I've read the last book a lot, but it's over like the course of 2 years. Since it came out, I've read it a lot. And I decided to read the last half when the movie came out to refresh my memory. Which in hindsight wasn't a good idea, but it gave me something to do. And I read it to Annabelle, it made her fall asleep. Not sure if I should be offended that Harry Potter made her fall asleep, or whether I should be happy that she fell asleep. It's too late. Anyways, I read the last part, and I was actually trying to finish it while I was waiting in the theater. I didn't. So I was able to pick out all the flaws.
I, on the other hand, thought it was the best thing ever.
Which makes me assume it was actually the best thing ever. If I hadn't read the book already. You know, just like...
Literally
recently.
minutes before the movie started.
I was trying to finish it. I would have tried to finish it during the previews if there was a decent source of light. I didn't like those parents in front of us. I'm happy that they were quiet through the movie, but they're sure loud when the movie wasn't on. Right before, they were sure loud, and I want to say, like one of them said, something, something, something. I want to say, something, something, something. But I was like, aw, she's with a kid. So I was like, I didn't shake my fist at her because she was turning around. I'm sure I look intimidating enough. I'm really very nice. People see me, they think I'm really mean. But I'm not. It's just because I'm large. I'm quite large. 5'8", and I'm a big girl.
I was saying, she's not going to tell you her weight.
I'm a big girl.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
I think I like the ending part. I'm so happy they put that in. The 19 years later.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Plus, I was like, oh my gosh, look at them. They're all old. And they show Malfoy is the goatee, and it's all blonde. He's smiling at her, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
The thing that made me laugh about that part was that his hairline was like 4 inches from his forehead back. It was receding hairline, and the awesome little blonde kid.
I know, it looked just like him from the back.
The toe-headed blonde kid.
Yeah, and it's all slicked back like his was when he was a kid. Yeah.
What was his name? Scorpius?
Scorpius, yeah. So that's little Scorpius.
I wish they would have kept the line in there. Oh, it's just me. I'm a very famous wizard, or whatever Ron says in the end, that last part. Because one of the, I think it's their Rose or whatever, Ron and Hermione's daughter. Or, yeah, she says, "Why are they staring at us?" And Ron says, "Oh, it's just me. I'm very famous," or something like that. In the book, he says it. I wish he would have said it, but I guess it really didn't need it. Because it was just like...
Because Ron didn't even say anything.
He just had a big belly and...
Yeah, and a beard. I love that he had a big belly because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
Because Hermione was blocking him out, and then she turns and he has a big belly, big beer gut.
Beer gut.
So cute. I still find Ron Weasley totally attractive, even with this big beer gut. Not even sure it was beer.
It was just
his
age.
beer, butter beer gut.
Billy.
Billy.
Butterbeer Belly.
Butterbeer Belly. Bumbling, bangling band of baboons. Try and say that 5 times. Bumbling baboon.
Hey, Boomhauer. What was your least favorite part of the movie?
I'm trying to think. Oh, one thing I didn't like about it is that Harry isn't supposed to tell them at the end that he's they're not even supposed to know that he's leaving.
Oh yeah, because they're supposed to be all mourning, and he walks past them under his invisibility cloak, and then he stops Neville. He stops Neville on the way out.
He talks to Neville and tells him to kill the
Snake.
I'm happy that they let Neville kill the snake.
That was really cool. Like it just looked awesome. Like I wish I could have just took a picture of that. And then all of the bad stuff floating around him, and the snake disintegrating.
There was also another thing I didn't like. I can't remember what it was now. Oh, that Ron and Hermione kiss in the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, and they're supposed to kiss up
there near Harry, in front of Harry, because Harry's like, "Oi!" He's like, "Oi, quit it!" I love that he said "oi" in the book. He says, "Oi." It really has a giant O and an I.
Like, awesome.
Yeah, he's like supposed to say, "Oi, knock it off." And then Ron really pulls away and he's like, "Sorry, mate." He's like, "We've been waiting for that forever." I love that part. I'm sad that
I'm glad that they actually showed Hermione though, because remember in the book they don't show her destroying her. They say they gave her a chance because they felt she deserved that, but they didn't actually show it in the movie. They showed it.
I'm happy about that.
It went by really fast. I think that was probably my least favorite thing about it, is that it went by really fast.
It was only 2.5 hours long.
I wish they would have made it like 3.
3 I would have been a bit more satisfied. And then they probably would have been able to put more of their the stuff I wanted in there.
From the story.
Yeah. And then also the end where Voldemort dies scene. Very unclimactic. Anticlimactic? Whatever. It didn't seem as big as it should have been.
I know, like, when I pictured it, I pictured them all in the Great Hall. Because I remember it said that Bellatrix and Molly were supposed to be dueling the same time Harry and Voldemort were.
I love that they kept that in there, too.
I know, that was probably my favorite line throughout the whole thing.
And I felt it coming up. I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna say it, she's gonna say it. Then once they said it, everyone was like, yeah! And they started clapping. It was so great.
Everyone laughed and then started clapping.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, like I pictured them like literally just going at it at the same time. Because I remember it said when Molly got Bellatrix with the curse that killed her or whatever, that Voldemort stopped and watched her fall, and like that was the first time he kind of got, like that was the first time I got the feeling that he actually was kind of human left, because like she was the only one he really seemed to care about.
No, she was like the servant sort of,
like a pet kind of deal.
Yeah, and he's always like, oh no, she died.
I know, like that was the only inkling I got throughout the whole thing, that he actually cared about something other than himself and his power. Mm-hmm. Even if it was just for that few seconds that he realized she was gone. Like, I would have loved to seen that. And then I can't remember how he's supposed to die in the book.
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
And I just know that that's when Harry is supposed to reveal everything, that Snape always loved his mom, and what else? That the Elder Wand would never really yield to Voldemort because it was rightfully Harry's, because he took it from Malfoy, who took it from Dumbledore. Like, I kind of wish that...
Malfoy, who took it from Dumbledore, and
Dumbledore, who took it from Grindelwald?
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
And then now Harry took it from Malfoy.
Yeah, I can't remember how he dies, but I remember that that's when Harry explains everything, not like in the movie after everything was over and done with.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't after everything was over and done with. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I'm glad he explained it, though. I wouldn't have remembered.
I remembered. I was thinking it was supposed to go down a different way, because he's supposed to say it to Voldemort. He's supposed to be, he's kind of like taunting him when they're dueling. He's like, he came to you and told you not to he begged you not to kill her, didn't he? And blah blah blah. And Voldemort said no. He said he was better off without her. He was supposed to. He wanted someone who was pure blood and blah blah blah.
Just lying to him.
Yeah.
Trying to, at least.
And then he just says, you know, he was always, ever since then, he was always Dumbledore's side and blah blah blah. Like, I wish that would have turned out a bit more like the book. That's probably the only thing that I didn't particularly like, is the ending. I mean, I like it, but I didn't like it that much. Ew, what is she eating?
Cherry shoots?
Ew. That lady was sniffing gas. So far, the scene that gets me all the time is the part when, which twin dies?
Fred.
When Fred dies. Even like yesterday, I knew it was coming, but I knew it was coming. My eyes started watering. I really started crying again, and it was funny because there's this group of people sitting in front of us, and the girls were like, like really crying like that. I was like
sobbing.
Yeah, like literally sobbing, and me and Ange looked at each other like, I think they read the book because they knew she was crying before it happened. Just heard
or someone already told her about it.
Oh.
Well, which part made me cry most? I told you what it was, but I don't remember what it was.
When Dobby died?
No. Although I did cry like a baby when Dobby died.
Yeah.
I also cried like a baby when I saw him.
Oh, when you saw Tonks and Remus, their hands almost touching when they were dead. That part really made you want to cry.
Yeah, because I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Even though I knew in the book, Harry says he looked over and he saw
their bodies.
Tonks and Lupin
Who's
holding
Remus?
each other.
Who's Remus?
Remus Lupin?
Oh, stupid. Sorry.
Holding each other, and he said if you hadn't known there had been a battle, they would have looked asleep.
I didn't get that though. Why were they reaching out and they weren't actually like holding hands or whatever? Especially in the beginning, before everything started happening, they just reached out to each other. They didn't touch hands or anything.
I think they were close to it, but it pulled away before they were able to touch each other.
Is that? I guess that was just the significance of that. I'm assuming.
Yeah, that they died together. I think that's kind of what it's supposed to signify, is that they died together. You know, that when you see them this way, you're like, oh my gosh, they're almost together. And then when you see them dead, they're reaching out for each other again. Like, oh, they died together. It's kind of how I took it.
I didn't
Plus,
get it.
I thought it was sweet.
I do wish that they had showed
Teddy.
Teddy.
Even if they showed a baby picture of him, they're supposed to remember
and they're supposed to talk about him. They're supposed to say something about maybe Teddy will really be a part of our family now. Blah blah blah. And then Harry says something about, well, let's just move him in because he eats at our house five nights out of the week anyway, or something like that. And then the older little boy perks up and says, "Yeah, he can. I'll room with Albus." And then Harry's like, "No."
Harry's his godfather.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sad. Well, no, I'm sad.
It was a good movie overall, especially if you haven't read the books.
It would probably be a lot better if you haven't read the books. It's one of those.
It probably ties together better.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I didn't like about it was the wand thing. In the end, remember, in the end of the book, Harry uses the Elder Wand to fix his wand because remember Hermione broke it in the last movie. But they didn't tie up that loose end. It was like one of them. No, I guess it was maybe just major to me that his wand was broken, and because that's when he starts going through his obsession with the wands. And actually, it starts at the beginning of the movie when his wand acts of its own accord.
Yeah, and then
and that's all he wants the Elder Wand for, is to fix his wand. And as soon as he does, he snaps it in half and throws it like he did in the movie. And then, like, you never know if Malfoy gets his wand back, or...
No, you have to assume so, at least in the movie, because apparently they're on good terms if Malfoy looked at him and smiled.
Oh, well, yeah, and in the book, he just kind of,
like, nods at him.
Yeah, in the movie, he full-on smiles like they're lovers. Not lovers, but, just, like...
Very, very best good friends.
Yeah. Which I guess could be true. I mean, he owes him his life more than one time, like at least 3 times throughout the whole series.
Oh, dang it, I really hope they had kept the part where he almost...
Bastard.
Yeah, where Ron punches him. He's like, that's the second time! That's the last time we save your worthless life, you...
Yeah. I love that, though, that they kept, Harry, if we die for him, I'm gonna kill you! That's my favorite line. That's one of my favorite lines from the movie. There were a lot of good ones.
There was.
From the book and just that popped up.
I wish they had shown him Malfoy's hand up higher because of, like, in the book I thought that was significant. That, Malfoy saw them turning around, he stuck his hand straight up, waiting for Harry to come and get him. But in the movie, he sees him turning around and just stick his hand up to, like, the very last second.
Yeah.
You only see it, part of it go up. And it's more like Harry's grabbing for his hand instead of Malfoy's trying to reach his hand.
For him. I like that in the end when Voldemort is saying that if they want, they should join him and blah blah blah, and Malfoy hesitates.
He does for a second. He's like looking around with,
like he looks around like he's trying to figure out what he's supposed to do, and like I get the sense that he wanted to stay there.
Yeah, but his parents are... I
think it was his mom more than his dad.
Yeah.
Like I remember his dad had to call him a couple times, and his mom just said, "Malfoy, come here," and then he
said, "Draco, get here, come here," and he's like, perks up and he walks right over there.
Yeah. I love that though, because it's kind of, to me, that's
he's his mama's boy. He's a mama's
boy.
Yeah,
One, he's a mama's boy, and two, just the fact that he, hesitated for a second. When, had it been, 2 years ago, he probably wouldn't have given it a second thought, and now he's like, and I bet if his mom hadn't called him, he would have stayed. And maybe that's another thing that the smile is supposed to signify, just the fact that he's
a good guy now.
Yeah, not necessarily a good guy, just
he's not bad.
Changed, not as bad as he was.
I guess so.
But I guess that was a change coming, considering the last one.
He's all scared little boy.
Scared.
Although I love Tom Felton, I just like to say I love him.
I'll slither into bed anytime with him. I concur. I have a thing for blondes, apparently. And Marina has a thing for gingers. Although I do like it. I do like when Ron was in his disguise with his long.
Yeah, isn't that?
That was hot.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
I thought that was just me. But no, alas, it was not.